at Medina and the nearby oasis. The Byzantines were planning to wipe out the Muslims with their mighty army. But the blessed Prophet knew that with the help of Allah, the Muslims could show that they were strong enough to hold their own. In order to stop the Byzantines, he called upon Muslims to come forward for jihad. Banded together, committed to Allah, and striving in His cause, they would be stronger than ever before. Enormous amounts of equipment, swords and armor, provisions of all kinds would be needed, and great quantities of water, since it was now summer and they had to cross waterless deserts in order to round up their army. Who would follow the blessed Prophet's call? Who would go forth in the heat of summer just when the crops should be harvested? Who would leave behind their families and the comfort of their homes in order to face a daunting enemy? And most important of all, who would be willing to donate their wealth, their provisions and personal belongings to provide for such a defense? Some who were not sincere Muslims would hold back, but the true believers in Allah and His Messenger were eager to do all they could. Umar was one of these. Here was the chance he had been waiting for, to be true to his God and to himself, and to prove to the blessed Prophet his sincerity, faith, and devotion. Returning home in haste, he ordered his family to collect all their belongings. Now listen, each one of you will keep half of what you own, and the other half you will give to me, so I may give it to the Prophet for the cause of jihad. Umar set the example by bringing forth his armor and all his wealth, which he divided into 2 piles. His wife counted out the jewelry and trinkets which she had carefully saved from the time of the emigration to Medina. Into Umar's hands she dropped 1 pair of golden earrings. "Did you not hear?" protested Umar. "I said half. Give me 1 earring. "But my dear husband," laughed his wife, "if I give you 1 earring, nobody will buy it, and if I keep the other, it will be worthless to me. Therefore I give you both." Umar was delighted with the amount of goods he was able to give from his household. His arms were laden with every kind of valuable, and his children trotted along behind, carrying the rest. On the way to the blessed Prophet's house, he spied Abu Bakr, headed in the same direction. Abu Bakr didn't seem to be carrying much, as far as Umar could see. "Praise Allah, for once I shall be better than Abu Bakr. For once I'll surpass him in doing the will of Allah and obeying Allah's messenger." Umar was feeling very elated and very happy with himself as he entered the blessed Prophet's house. "This is my humble offering in response to your appeal," said Umar, as he staggered forward with his load. "You are free to use it in any way for the sake of Allah." "And what have you left behind for yourself and your family?" asked the blessed Prophet, who was both pleased and concerned. He was pleased that Umar had brought so much, but he was concerned that Umar's family might be left with too little. "Oh, they have plenty, they have enough. Please don't worry," said Umar. "But how much?" persisted the blessed Prophet. "As much as I have brought you," confessed Umar. "I divided everything up, half to us and half to the cause of Allah." The blessed Prophet smiled and nodded with approval. Now up stepped Abu Bakr. He placed the small amount he had brought before the blessed Prophet, who asked him the same question he had asked Umar. "What have you left behind for your family?" Abu Bakr looked away. He really did not want to say that he had left nothing behind. At the same time, he could not hide anything from Allah's messenger. "They will be well taken care of," he answered. "I have left behind for them Allah and His Messenger. As for belongings and such things, I have brought you what I have." The blessed Prophet smiled warmly and affectionately at his friend Abu Bakr. Once again, Abu Bakr had shown his spirit of self-sacrifice and trust in Allah and the blessed Prophet. From the very first years he had followed the blessed Prophet. He had given all he owned, and he had accompanied the blessed Prophet on the Hijrah to Medina. Umar returned home feeling ashamed and not very pleased with himself. Once again, Abu Bakr has proved to be a better man than I am, he confessed. There is no limit to his devotion and obedience to Allah and the Prophet.